It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. And checking in with Michelle Ownbey from the Springfield Business Journal. She's the publisher and having last week off. Michelle, thanks for taking time with us. A lot to get to. I know I saw one thing that I'm super excited about. October 1st. There's a new restaurant that's going to be opening, and I've already told Megan we'll likely go there at least once a month, if not twice a month. And it's dealing with Korean barbecue. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so this is something a little new and different for Springfield. Empire Korean Steakhouse and Bar, as you said, is getting ready to open October 1st. This is the former TGI Fridays space there on West White Oaks Drive, and it was originally owned by by an out-of-town investor who had at least a Fridays. Of course, they closed during the COVID shutdowns and never reopened. And then it had a brief run as Millions Crab Boiled Seafood, a Cajun seafood chain based out of Ohio. That lasted a little less than a year. Well, now the building owner has decided to do his own restaurant, which is actually his background. I spoke with his son, Kevin Huang, who's one of the co-owners. He and his father have relocated here from Georgia, and they're going to do this Korean barbecue concept, which is very popular in the larger cities. So kind of an interesting menu, everything from very traditional Korean dishes to ribeye steaks, a little bit of everything there. And they're also going to have a full bar with a lot of Korean soju and sake.
Well, I tell you, I'm really looking forward to this because Megan and I, when we do go to some of the more urban areas, we actually do stake out and try to find some of these at-the-table, smokeless cooking restaurants where they bring out like frozen, slices of beef and chicken and different types of meats that are marinated in Korean barbecue sauce, and then you cook it all, and they bring out kimchi. It's fantastic. Looking forward to that. Michelle, before we talk about something else that Illinois, the Springfield residents can look at with your sister publication, the Illinois Times, with the best of Springfield, let's talk about something else that's going on. What else you got going for the Springfield Business Journal?
Yes. Well, also on the food front, Truckin' Good Food launched a little over a year ago, and as the name implies, it was originally a food truck that owner Nick Boucher took around to different festivals and events and things like that. But he's now expanding to a second food truck, and this one will be a permanent location at Slaughterhouse Brewing Company in Auburn. He had the grand opening just this past weekend, so he will have one food truck that still makes the rounds, with more of the traditional kind of food truck fare. But the permanent location at Slaughterhouse Brewing, he says it's really going to be almost like a full restaurant menu. That you can even get a 10-ounce New York strip, which is not something you could traditionally order at a food truck, right? So burgers, sandwiches, that kind of thing, but build your own salads and wraps, the steaks. And he hopes to be able to convert that to an actual brick-and-mortar location a year or two down the road. But for right now, he will be operating out of that food trailer there at Slaughterhouse. So another good reason to take a little road trip over to Auburn.
Absolutely. It's not just about what happens in Springfield. It's what's happening in the Springfield business community with the Springfield Business Journal. Publisher Michelle Ownbey with us, and we'll tell people how to get their hands on the latest SBJ. But I did want to touch briefly on something else that a lot of businesses are being featured on. They're competing against each other, and it's your sister publication, the Illinois Times, Best of Springfield, and people got just a few more days here to get their votes in.
Yes, this is always a very, very popular thing, and of course we are now in the final runoff round. Originally in the nomination round, the top 5 vote getters make it to the final round, which is what's going on now through the 26th. Vote for your favorite people, places, and things. It's a little bit of everything, so from restaurants to arts and culture to your favorite places to shop, eat, all that good stuff. And then, of course, we publish the big results issue the very end of October, and people are always excited to see who the winners are, and definitely some new names that pop up each year.
Shameless plug for myself. I am nominated in the runoff here for Best Radio Personality, WMAY, so seek that out if you want to cast your vote that way. But while you're there, also vote for all your favorite bars, your microbreweries, your bakeries, your fitness centers, your CBD shops. I mean, it's a pretty comprehensive list of all of the different businesses getting some love from their patrons. Michelle, how can people get their hands on the Springfield Business Journal?
Definitely go to springfieldbusinessjournal.com. You can sign up for Biz Bites. That's our weekly newsletter, and it's free of charge. And, of course, while you're there, you can also sign up to make sure you get that print edition delivered directly to your home or office.
Michelle Ownbey, greatly appreciate your time each and every Wednesday, and we'll talk again soon, all right?
Thanks, Greg.
It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 W.